you're so working hard on keeping to those beliefs that you'll never get the results, right? And because nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you want to keep doing the exact same shit that got you stuck and you want to keep doing it, guess what? You'll stay stuck. Matter of fact, things will even get worse most of the time.
Hi, my name is Moe Ghias. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast. Today's episode is why do most biohackers stay fat and how they stay stuck? So I'm going to talk about the real reason you might be stuck on your weight loss journey as well. But what happens a lot of the time is we start measuring in minor things. So I'm going to hit you with some real talk today because I had a recent client interaction where we actually discussed this in length. So at a recent conversation, with a potential client that really got me thinking, right? This is exactly why most people stay stuck. Not because they're lazy, but because they're actually focusing on the wrong things. And in fitness, more than any other area, you see this a lot, right? People aren't overwhelmed. It's just they're just majoring in minor things. So that's something, hopefully, this after listening to this episode, you can actually just avoid it. If you can just avoid the wrong things, you will win by default. Remember, I did a podcast about 6 months ago about inversion, the theory of inversion. It basically meant like invert the problem. So it's like, okay, how do you win? Well, you win by not losing. And if you focus on the wrong things, you definitely will lose. So hopefully this episode, I can help you avoid some of the mistakes that you might make in your journey. And you might end up focusing on the wrong thing for too long, just beating yourself over it. So this client, she came to the call saying she wanted to lose 60 pounds. She was 5'6" and she was at the moment 234 pounds. So yeah, we needed to lose some weight and we needed to lose it fast because she was in her 40s and yeah, already pre-diabetic, right? So she has this goal, 60 to 70 pounds. She was tired, uncomfortable in her body, struggling with confidence, mom of three, full-time job, wifey, all these responsibilities, right? So I asked her, I was like, what do you think is holding you back from getting started? And she gave me all the answers. She's like, I already work out. I already do this. I already do this. Right. But she just wouldn't mention nutrition. She just didn't even want to go there. But also, even her workouts, I asked her, like, what do you normally work out? Like, walk me through your average, exercise plan. What's the first exercise you do? How many reps, sets? Do you like, do you run? Do you walk? Like, what do you do? Right. And I remember talking about her Apple Watch. I was like, yeah, you have an Apple Watch. Does that measure it? She goes, yeah, I got it, but I don't use it. I'm like, what do you mean? Because I'm worried about radiation that the Apple Watch emits, so I don't use it. I'm like, homegirl, you're worried about radiation, small amount of radiation from an Apple Watch, and not as worried about 80 to 70 to 80 pounds that you have to lose, right? The 80 pounds of fat that you're carrying for the last 10 years. That should be a bigger concern. Then we were talking about protein shakes, and she goes, yeah, the artificial sweeteners in the protein shake, I just don't believe in. I'm like, Auntie, just I know you don't believe in a lot of these healthy things because you wouldn't be unhealthy if you did. You know what I mean? If your diet was already optimized and you had the right beliefs and you actually knew everything there was to fat loss, you wouldn't be fat. It would be unnatural. You would be taking action. And then we were talking about like chicken and beef and animal protein sources. And she goes, yeah, I'm not a big fan of meat. Can I do like lentils and beans? I'm like, this lady is killing me, right? Because she wants to lose 70, 80 pounds. She wants to hire a nutrition coach and a fitness coach and, us. And the whole time she's like, yeah, but I'm going to do things the way I like doing them. And the thing is, that's not how results work. That's just not how anything works. I can't go to a driving school and the instructor is trying to tell me this is the accelerator, this is the brake, and this is the steering. And me being like, I don't believe in that. I'm going to use, this other thing as the steering. It's just like, dude, like that's not how any of this works, right? So it was just like I just saw self-sabotage in front of my own eyes and I couldn't do anything, right? And I was just like, man, I love you, sis, you're amazing, but damn, like your beliefs are the ones that are keeping you stuck. And you're so working hard on keeping to those beliefs that you'll never get the results, right? And because nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you want to keep doing the exact same shit that got you stuck and you want to keep doing it, guess what? You'll stay stuck. Matter of fact, things will even get worse most of the time because every year you're losing muscle mass. Every year you're gaining more fat. Every year your health and endurance and cardiovascular endurance is going down. Muscle mass is going down. So yeah. So it just, it's such a great lesson on human psychology because that person is worried about her watch giving off some little radiation, but she's not worried about her body giving out from carrying 60, 70 extra pounds of weight. You know how much that is? Imagine carrying a backpack that is 70 pounds and you're carrying it 24 hours a day, 365. And then people are like, yeah, but my back hurts. My back is, there's a problem with the bones. My knee hurts. It's like, no, you're carrying an 80-pound backpack on the same body that was built to carry 140-pound body, and you gave it 200, 100 pounds extra, right? Whose fault is that? It's not the bones' fault. The bones are doing just fine. You're just having them overloaded, right? So if you don't make a change now, you'll be in the same spot you are now. But the crazy thing is, everybody says they want to make a change, but when it's time to change their beliefs and their mentality, they're not okay with that. And that's where they stay stuck. So whenever you hire a coach, whenever you see there's a point in your life where you feel stuck and you hire an expert, be like, you're the expert. Guide me. I want to win. I trust you. If you say I do it, like my best clients over the years, clients that got the best of the best results for like, coach, you said it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? You want me to do this, I will do it. And that's kind of like they end up getting amazing results. So they do what we tell them to do for a day or two, they start getting results and they start feeling better. They start enjoying the process more versus the person that fights the coach, versus the person that fights the authority in some way. It's like you're hiring us, you don't have to hire us. We're not making you do anything. So you hired us and then you're questioning everything. And that's why you are stuck. So yeah, you're just worried about the wrong things, right? You're stressing out about 5 milligrams of sucralose, but not the extra 500 calories of random snacks you're having every night before bed. So like you're just worried about the wrong things, man. And this is how you stay stuck. And you can see this a lot, like even in marriages, you see this a lot with people in their faith. You see this a lot in finances, right? Instead of cutting out big expenses, people are like, yeah, let me just stop going to Starbucks and save $2 a day. It's like, how much that doesn't even make a dent on your savings. You know what I mean? That's if you spend $3 at Starbucks every day, that's like 90 bucks a month. You know what I mean? But what about that unnecessary, I don't know, expense that you have that's like $1,000 a month? If you just cut that, you'll be way further. So yeah, this is happening everywhere. So yeah, and I see this with fitness more than anything because really smart, successful, hardworking people listening to 3 podcasts a week about seed oils, arguing about dairy and oat milk, obsessing over gut health and detoxes and light blue filters, and blue light filters. It's like, dude, focus on the big things that move the needle forward. Because if you start focusing on the thousand little things, you will feel overwhelmed. You won't be able to live your normal life and you'll just not even get the best results, right? Because 20% of the things get you 80% of the results. So at the end of the day, that's what matters. And I think I had this recent example recently, about a year ago. One of my friends, he got super into like, yeah, I'm not gonna have any seed oils, and then like I'm not a fan of seed oils. Like have good normal oils like coconut oil, avocado, and all of them. I'm a big fan of those. But dude, like when you were going out to eat, so we were going out to a steakhouse, Longhorn, and I love Longhorn because of steaks. I just like them. And I invited my friend there. He goes, no, I don't like Longhorn anymore because they use seed oils. So then he picks a spot. I'm like, all right, whatever you want to go. He picked a spot, this burger joint that claims to be like all natural, using beef tallow. We walk in there and homie ordered burger and fries and regular Coke. I'm just looking at him. I'm like, regular Coke has 41 grams of sugar. Burger and fries have excess amount of fat. You know what I mean? And that fat, not that all fat is bad, but homie already got a big beer belly. I'm like, dude, like this is so detrimental. It's like we're focusing on the wrong things. You know what I mean? Like we're having burger and fries here versus we could have had a one big steak that was full of protein, full of healthy animal fats, full of iron, full of zinc, things that actually make you stronger versus here we're eating a greased out burger. Yeah, it's cooked on beef tallow, but it's still oily as hell, you know? And then fries. Like what are we celebrating on a Tuesday night anyway? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, don't major in minor things because far too often you'll wonder why can't I lose weight? And it's just because you're focusing on details that don't matter until the basics are handled. So you have to handle the basics, handle the foundation of the pyramid first, and then you build the pyramid. You don't just skip the bottom and go to the top. And a lot of biohacking, a lot of these like fancy little tactics, they are basically the top of the pyramid. They're not the foundation. So remember that. So if you want to detox, start drinking some more water, start sweating in your workouts, go for a run. You know what I mean? Go run 5 miles. You will feel detoxed afterwards. I'm telling you. And you're worried about inflammation, cut out the processed junk and start walking daily, right? And the biggest thing is if you are over 200 pounds and you're only 5'4", 5'5", 5'6", you shouldn't be over 200 pounds of, you know what I mean? Unless you're a jacked bodybuilder, which 99% of the population isn't, you shouldn't be over 200 pounds. That's not healthy for you. Literally, I'm telling you, pre-diabetes, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, they are coming, right? So at the end of the day, focus on losing the weight. That's the big moving block. That's the biggest thing that'll help you in your health, not the fancy little avoiding sucralose type stuff. You know what I mean? Those are so minute. They're so small. They're even if you like perfected all thousand of them, those little details, you're still not gonna get them right, right? So here's my takeaway for it. No supplement, no Apple Watch, no trend is gonna save you. Consistency will, good habits will. And this is what we do at our coaching, right? We help people develop good habits. We help people stay consistent by giving them accountability and motivation, weekly check-in, daily check-ins, daily messages back and forth, educating you on what to focus on. And that's why our clients get such fast results. If you see them on my Instagram or Facebook or on our website, our clients get amazing results because we help them eliminate the 90,000 distractions and just focus on 2 to 3 things. Matter of fact, most week we have our clients focus on one thing at a time, one thing at a time. I'm such a big strict person on this because it is what works. If you focus on too many details, you'll end up getting overwhelmed. Because I know you're listening to this. Most of you have families, most of you have kids, and some of you are single, but you still have very demanding careers and businesses you're running. So imagine trying to balance 19 bio little hacks. It just doesn't work. And the crazy thing is, most biohackers are out of shape. Most biohackers are fat. Most biohackers don't age well because they're just worried about this minute detail. And one thing I noticed, the biohackers that are actually in really good shape, they're not in good shape because of biohacking techniques. They're in good shape because they were already in strength training and eating really healthy and learned the game of nutrition. So they're already in great shape. And then once they got to the top, they're like, now I'm at the top of the pyramid. And if I use a few biohacks, I actually get to optimize even further. So, yeah, if you're listening to this, I know you're smart, you're capable, you already know what to do, but you've been spending your energy on the details because deep down, you're just avoiding the discomfort of starting, discomfort of doing and feeling like a failure. So, yeah, stop waiting to feel ready. Stop chasing hacks. Start with the right next habit. Hire a coach. Work with us if you don't know what the right thing is, because everybody has different right things to focus on. You know what I mean? Come start with us. We'll guide you step by step with this. We'll help you focus on the right things so you can avoid years and years and years of mistakes because you will naturally make them, right? You'll either pay with money or you will pay with time. And the time you cannot get back. Money comes back all the time. You know what I mean? You ever spend money on something and you never got it back? It doesn't work like that. You'll make the money back. You know what I mean? Money comes back. You make money, you work a job, you work your business, money always comes back. So yeah, the only thing you can't get back is your time. So if you're tired of doing it alone, just DM me the word systems and I'll show you exactly what to focus on and get results without the noise. Let's cut the fluff. Let's get real. Don't be a fat biohacker worried about 19 things. I would rather you be in an amazing shape, only worried about 1 to 2 things. Imagine how good life would be. That's how I've lived my whole life. I go to family events and I get to eat whatever I want. You know what I mean? And I've only done that because I know exactly 1 to 2 things that I need to focus on. And I can teach you that. And my clients, that's exactly what we teach. So you already know where to follow me. Facebook is just Moe Ghias, Moeghias. Instagram, Moeghias, just Moe Ghias on both of them. You can just Google my name. You'll see my social medias pop up. And yeah, message me the word systems if you want more one-on-one dedicated help on your fitness case, on your fitness scenario. And if you're stuck, we can definitely get you unstuck. This is what we do for a living. But overall, hopefully this episode made you realize to not major in minor things. Okay. So until next week, I'll see you then and have a great rest of your week.
Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. One, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at Moe Ghias, MOE, G as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word healthy systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.